X-ray Zulu, Sierra Tower, roger altitude at your discretion.
Welcome back to Wings Across Canada. In this episode, we're taking off from Stanley and heading east towards Halifax. Our flight path takes us directly over Halifax Harbour, one of Canada's busiest ports, offering a bird's eye view of this vibrant waterfront. From there, we'll turn southwest, tracing the coastline along Nova Scotia's eastern shore. We'll follow the rugged beauty of the coastline down to the southern tip before rounding the bottom and heading north along the opposite shore, essentially circumnavigating about 3/4 of Nova Scotia. Now, when I first planned this trip, I thought it might fit into a single episode. But once I started editing the footage, it quickly became clear there's just too much incredible scenery to pack into one episode. So I've split this journey into 3 parts, making sure none of the stunning sights along this coastline get left out. From rugged cliffs to rolling waves and hidden coves, this episode is packed with close-up views you've got to see to believe. So buckle up. Our first leg of this coastal adventure starts now.
Stanley Drive, Cessna 150 Fox Bravo X-ray Zulu, rolling 02, departing circuit to the east.
Doors locked.
Doors locked.
Okay, landing lights on. Wheels on both. Traffic, Gulf X-ray Zulu Sierra is rolling 27 Stanley.
Traffic, Cessna 150 Fox Bravo X-ray Zulu, 2 miles northeast, 1,000 feet, eastbound towards Upper Rod, and switching over to en route.
I'm going to text Ron, we're up.
Yeah. Stanley traffic, Gulf X-ray Zulu Sierra, Cessna 182 is just off 27, and we're headed towards Halifax to the southeast. Stanley traffic, Gulf X-ray Zulu Sierra. Halifax Terminal, Gulf X-ray Zulu Sierra, Cessna 182.
X-ray Zulu Sierra, Halifax Terminal, good day, squawk 5123.
Squawking 5123, X-ray Zulu Sierra.
And X-ray Zulu Sierra, you are identified showing 1,500 feet, altimeter 3002, how can I help you today?
X-ray Zulu Sierra is going to be transitioning through the airspace. We're headed in a southeast direction from here towards Halifax City. And we're just going to be coming through the airspace.
Okay, and you'll be returning back into Stanley after?
We are actually going down, we're going to follow on a flight itinerary, follow the shoreline down around the southwest end, and then back to Stanley that way. Don't anticipate us being back in the airspace again.
Understood.
We're not going to get into Halifax in person on this trip, but we are going to fly over. We're going to fly along the waterfront.
172 Golf, Tango Delta, India.
Weren't able to stop in Halifax.
X-ray Zulu Sierra, contact Halifax Tower, 118.4.
118.4, X-ray Zulu Sierra. Halifax Tower, Gulf X-ray Zulu Sierra, Cessna 182.
Order 281 Tower at Delta, line up runway 23.
Lining up 23 at Delta, Porter 281.
X-ray Zulu Sierra Tower, you're identified through 2,700 feet. What are your intentions?
We're just going to fly towards Halifax City, and then we're going to go down the coast and around the southwest.
X-ray Zulu Sierra, roger, clear to control zone. X-ray Zulu Sierra Tower, what's your type and your last point of departure?
You parted Stanley or Cessna 182?
Thank you. X-ray Zulu Sierra Tower, you're going to be maintaining that altitude? I'll show you at 2,700 feet.
Yeah, I'm okay here for now. If that's alright, I can change if needed. X-ray Zulu Sierra.
X-ray Zulu Sierra Tower.
What is this one? Oh, I didn't see that before.
What is it, Tom?
There's another airspace there. Interesting. I wonder if I can get into that. Halifax Tower, Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra.
Echo Juliet Echo Tower at Delta, line up runway 23.
Lining up 2-3, Echo Juliet Echo.
X-ray Zulu Sierra Tower.
Yeah, I'm just curious if I can get into that shearwater airspace there. Is that a problem?
No, the tower is closed though, so it'll just be an advisory.
Roger that, X-ray Zulu Sierra. Halifax Tower, Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra would request to descend to 2,000.
X-ray Zulu Sierra Tower, rush altitude at your discretion.
For that X-ray Zulu Sierra. Must be a penitentiary or something over here. There's a restricted area.
X-ray Zulu Sierra Tower surveillance service terminates now, and you can broadcast your intentions on shearwater frequency 1262.
262, X-ray Zulu Sierra. Shearwater traffic, Gulf X-ray Zulu Sierra, Cessna 182 is just approaching the inlet, the northwest, 1,800 feet. And we're going to proceed down the inlet past the waterfront and then head down the coast to the southwest. Gulf X-ray Zulu Sierra. As we fly over Halifax, we're taking in the heart of Nova Scotia's capital, a city where history and modern life come together. Founded in 1749, Halifax has long played a key role in Canada's story. Its strategic location made it a center for military defense, trade, and immigration, shaping both the region and the nation. Over the centuries, Halifax has witnessed moments that defined not only the city, but also the country. From its role as a key naval base during 2 world wars to the resilience shown after the Halifax explosion of 1917, one of the largest non-nuclear explosions in history. This city was also a gateway for immigrants arriving in Canada, with many families tracing their roots back to this very coastline. Today, Halifax is a thriving center of culture and commerce, where the echoes of its past still resonate through its streets, and the spirit of the Atlantic coast shapes both its character and its future. Below us, we're witnessing one of the world's largest natural harbors, an essential gateway for trade, culture, and recreation. For centuries, these waters have welcomed ships from around the world, shaping Halifax's identity as a maritime city. Today, the waterfront buzzes with activity from cargo ships and naval vessels to sailboats and ferries crossing the harbor. Along the shoreline, the Halifax waterfront boardwalk stretches for nearly 2 miles, inviting locals and visitors to explore its shops, restaurants, and historic landmarks. From an entertainment perspective, the harbor is a hub of activity. By day, you'll find people kayaking, sailing, and enjoying waterfront festivals. By night, the area comes alive with music and laughter as pubs and live music venues echo with the sounds of local bands and the energy of a vibrant nightlife scene. Whether it's the sight of tall ships gliding past or the pulse of live music along the waterfront, Halifax Harbour is the heart of this coastal city, connecting its rich past with a dynamic present. Where that land comes way back in, way over there, where the bay comes in.
Yeah?
I think Peggy Cove's on the corner of that just before the water comes in.
Oh, yeah? How high are you?
I'm at 1,800 right now,
Okay.
going down. There's a lighthouse.
about Peggy's Cove.
Yeah, it's around a bit more.
Okay.
Here we are. Peggy's Cove looks like it's at the bottom over there, sort of. Past a couple more islands.
Okay. What's this little place called?
Sambro or something?
Okay.
As we approach Sambro Harbour, take a look below. That small white island barely breaking the surface is known as the Isle of Man. It's curious how such a modest chunk of rock ended up with such a grand name. Beyond the rock, the rugged coastline and colorful fishing boats reflect the town's deep connection to the sea. Settled in 1752, just 3 years after Halifax was founded, Sambro has long served as both a fishing village and a strategic outpost guarding the entrance to Halifax Harbour. Its maritime history is marked by tales of naval battles, shipwrecks, and resilient settlers who carved out a life along these rocky shores. Today, Sambro remains a tight-knit coastal community where generations of families have made their living from the sea. Fishing boats still head out each morning, and the harbor's calm waters are a welcome sight for sailors navigating the Atlantic. As we fly over Terence Bay, a picturesque fishing community, the rugged coastline and colorful homes reflect the area's close tie to the sea, where generations of mariners have made their living. But beneath its tranquil surface lies a somber chapter of maritime history. In 1873, the SS Atlantic tragically sank off these shores while en route from Liverpool to New York, claiming over 500 lives in one of the deadliest shipwrecks of the 19th century. The disaster shook coastal communities, but the people of Terence Bay played a heroic role in rescuing survivors, braving the treacherous waters to bring as many to safety as they could. Their courage is a legacy honored today by a memorial and interpretive center that keeps the story alive for future generations. Beyond its history, Terence Bay remains a vibrant coastal village where fishing boats still set out with the morning tide, and the breathtaking landscape stands as a reminder of both the beauty and the power of the Atlantic Ocean. As we fly over Prospect Village, a quiet coastal community on Nova Scotia's Chebucto Peninsula, its sheltered coves and calm inlets tell a story of resilience and tradition. Established in 1754 by Irish and English fishermen, it grew into a thriving fishing outpost, its fortunes tied to the Atlantic's shifting tides. Over the centuries, storms and shipwrecks have tested the village, yet its maritime heritage endures. Today, Prospect is a peaceful retreat where life still follows the rhythm of the sea and its history remains woven into the fabric of the community. As Val and I focus on finding Peggy's Cove on the map, we quietly glide over Dover Island, often called Nova Scotia's granite playground. This rugged gem is a haven for hikers, kayakers, birdwatchers, and rock climbers, drawing outdoor enthusiasts to its wild and untamed landscape.
We should be coming up to it pretty.
Might be on the edge, right, that jut out at the very far end. It's a white lighthouse on it.
I see the white lighthouse.
Well, I can't imagine it's not that, but...
Okay, yeah.
We're just starting to see Peggy's Cove in the distance, and it brings back incredible memories of when Val and I visited here on a road trip around Nova Scotia. The iconic red and white Peggy's Point Lighthouse stands proudly atop the wave-sculpted granite, a symbol of this charming coastal village. Established in 1915, it has become one of Canada's most photographed landmarks, drawing visitors from around the world. The surrounding fishing village, founded in 1811, offers a glimpse into Nova Scotia's maritime heritage, with weathered shacks, lobster traps, and colorful boats lining the shore. Tourism is the heartbeat of Peggy's Cove, with visitors flocking here to explore the dramatic coastline, enjoy fresh seafood, and browse the local artisan shops. If you look closely, you'll see the people scattered across the vast granite shoreline, carefully making their way over the rugged terrain, while the parking lot is packed with cars from near and far. The sound of crashing waves and the salty ocean breeze make this a place that stays with you long after you've left. As we fly across Mahone Bay, Oak Island is passing off to the right side of the plane. We didn't capture any footage of it, but its legend is impossible to ignore. This small tree-covered island has been the focus of treasure hunters for over 2 centuries, with stories of hidden riches buried deep beneath its surface. The infamous Money Pit has drawn countless expeditions, each uncovering tantalizing clues but never the ultimate prize. From pirate gold to Templar artifacts, the theories surrounding Oak Island are as deep as the mystery itself. Despite all excavations, no one has cracked its secret, and perhaps that's what keeps the legend alive. Whether treasure truly lies beneath or it's all just a myth, Oak Island remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the North Atlantic. As we continue flying along the Nova Scotia coast, something incredible unfolds beneath us. Off the ends of Heckman's Island and the Fairhaven Peninsula, a maze of small islands stretch across the water, forming an intricate pattern unlike anything I've ever seen before. From up here, they look like giant brushstrokes painted across the deep blue, long and narrow, with winding channels cutting between them. It's as if the ocean itself shaped these islands with a careful hand, each one placed just so, creating a pattern that seems almost intentional. It's the kind of place that invites curiosity. What would it be like to navigate through these islands at water level, moving through the narrow passages that separate them? For generations, fishermen have worked these waters, following familiar routes through the ever-changing tides. Even from above, you can see the land and sea are completely intertwined, every island shaped by time, every channel a pathway through this endless coastal maze. We're getting excited now as we approach Lunenburg Bay. This is one of those places that's been on my mind since the very beginning of this trip. One of the flyovers I've been looking forward to the most. A few years ago, we spent some time on the ground here, taking in the charm of this historic town and its world-famous maritime harbor. It's one of those places that feels like it's been frozen in time, with its colorful waterfront buildings, fishing boats, and the unmistakable sense that the sea has shaped everything about life here. Lunenburg is a town built on shipbuilding, fishing, and exploration. It's home to some of the most famous vessels in Canadian history, and we were hoping to see one of them in particular when we visited last time, the Bluenose 2. But as luck would have it, it was out on an expedition, so we never got the chance. If you're not familiar, the Bluenose is an icon, a racing schooner that became a national symbol, earning its place on the Canadian dime. The Bluenose 2 carries on that legacy, sailing the Atlantic and representing Canada around the world. This time, as we fly over Lunenburg, we're hoping it's here. Lunenburg is steeped in history, and from the air, we're about to see it from an entirely new perspective. But as much as we'd love to take you over the harbor right now, that's going to have to wait till next episode. Join us next time as we circle around this stunning town and get an unbeatable view of its iconic waterfront from above. From there, we'll follow the coastline south, flying over one of the most spectacular stretches of shoreline we've ever seen. Rugged cliffs, hidden coves, and some of the most dramatic scenery the Atlantic coast has to offer. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. If you're enjoying this journey so far, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss what's ahead. As always, until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon and your spirits high.